Welcome back to our very busy neighborhood. So a couple of weeks ago I set up a worm bin and I thought I could just go pick up worms, but I had to wait for them to come in and it's taken some time due to, distribution and demand and all that other fun stuff. So what I've done is I've already layered out a worm bin here. This is going to be a 3-bin system. The bottom bin is not going to have any holes in it. I have set it up with 2 little pieces of wood to help hold the middle bin, which is going to be this one, the stuff with the bed in it. It's going to sit on top of this. And then I have an empty bin right here that's going to sit on top of the middle bin. It should be pretty interesting. So what I've done is I've already taken a layer of ripped up cardboard, shredded newspaper, some composting stuff. Here's a compostable little planter made out of coconut husk. Watching online other people doing this, I haven't seen anything like this exact system yet. It's going to be interesting. Everybody has their own way of doing it. So this has been rotting for a couple of weeks, waiting for these worms to come here. And what I found is that I had a little bit of mold happen in here. So I don't think my breather holes are quite large enough. We're just going to be drilling in some new breather holes. There's not really anything in there yet, so I've already drilled a couple extra on the bottom. I am going a little bit bigger. This big. I don't even know what size that is. I'll hide it up. That way maybe the worms will crawl through a little bit better because I do want them to move. So I'm just going to make this a little bit more breathable and then we're going to add our worms in a little bit. Done. I did draw a line on this when I first made it to know where the first bin sat into the second bin and vice versa, so I didn't do the breather holes too far down. So I just made a little bit bigger airspace happen in here. Wasn't this handy? Alright. So we're done with that. We can set that aside. I'm going to bring up my base here. This one has no holes. It's going to collect the liquid waste. That's why we put holes in the bottom of the other 2 bins. This is going to be good for fertilizing the garden, all our garden plants and container plants and whatnot. Dilute it probably with water so it goes further. And then in this middle part here that we're just going to place on top, this is where our worms are going to live. I'm going to add the worms, dig a little hole, put the worms in there, let them burrow their way down. We're going to add our kitchen compost to this now. Apparently worms can eat quite a bit, so we'll chop up kitchen compost really small, Of course, there's no meat, no yeast. I hear onions are bad for this, so I don't even want to try that. Feed it up. When this starts getting full from them working the compost around and turning it into worm castings, you start putting compost into the top bin. And then once the worms find out there's no food left behind for them, they'll start moving up into this bin. Once, you know, they start getting themselves a little bit established in there, we can take this off and all the worms should be in there. Scoop all the worm castings out of this, set it aside. Collect the liquid waste from the bottom part here, rotate it all, do it all over again. So we'll see how our worms like this.
Yep.
So here's my container of 250 composting worms. I've never seen this before, so let's have a look at this together. Hello, worms. Oh, it's a little tricky of a handle. Get out of my way there. They have a sleeping bag. How cute! This thing came with no instructions. Packing slip enclosed. Alright. Hey guys! So what I've read you want to do is you want to make them a little hole that they can burrow themselves into. They love the shredded cardboard and the shredded newspaper, so there's a lot of that at the bottom there. We'll just put a little of that coconut husk down there that they like so much apparently. Alright. Let's see what you guys look like. This is so exciting. I have been waiting so long for the worms to come in. Ready to make your video debut? Hi guys, good morning. I'm gonna come with a little bit of food. Looks kind of mucky in there. And apparently there's 250 worms. Oh, look at that, eh? I'm just gonna plunk them right into this little hole. Along. Oh, look at that. They got a nice banana peel in there. Hey, get out of the bag. Oh. We're still rolling? Mm-hmm. Alright, so look at all these guys are happy with that banana peel in there. They really don't like the light, so I've been told to leave the lid off and let them burrow themselves down. Look at all that creepy crawliness. A couple wanted to stay in the bag, so I shook the bag out, and that's what I'm left with. I'm not sure if that's the start of some worm castings that are all moist or what, but it's the inside of my little worm bag. Might be able to use this as a little flower holder. Well guys, here's your new home. Creepy crawlies. Is that a portion of a worm right there? Amputated worm. And that guy's like, oh, I'm going over here to check it out. Verified. Make it a little easier to get them started on the burrowing process. I do have a couple of earthworms in here that we picked up after rainstorms and whatnot. So hopefully they're still going in here. But they're quick little guys. Can't really see too many of them on the top right now. That's what red wigglers look like. So I've also seen online that when you feed them, to start them off in different sections, which is kind of why I put them in the corner on this side. So I'm going to imagine this is 2, 4, 6 sections, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the next time I feed these guys, I'm going to feed them over in this corner. The next time I feed them, I'll feed them here, and then here, and then here, and then here. And by that time, all the food that I put in here should be gone. And if it's not gone, we're just going to leave it a couple more days. And then once they eat that up, we'll start in the circuit again. Alright, I'm really excited to have the worms in the worm bin finally. I will definitely do some updates and keep you posted on how these worms are doing and how successful we are at this vermiculture thing. I've never done this before. Our garden is an experiment, and I hope you had fun watching. Bye.
And recording.
I want to get them flat enough so I can stick the other bucket on them, right?
Oh, I'm sure it'll be fine.
Yeah, probably. I'm sure you're right there.
Oh look, that one's going right in.
It looks pretty cool.
It does.
Spaghetti for dinner, anyone?
Kind of imagine 250 worms looking a little bit bigger.
Oh, look at that one. He's like moving around, searching for a home. Then there's a pill bug.
I guess they left that banana peel whole so they could work it over a little bit longer. So we have pet worms.
This is so cool. I like that one in the corner.
So how do you feel knowing that your parents are intentionally raising worms?
It's pretty cool.